Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at 49 Market, I have the cutest summer collection. This is Nature's Haven 6x8 paper pack. There's also laser cut elements and rub-ons. You guys, together they make adorable cards like this one. My friend Debbie made this one. It's so cute. This is our giveaway card for this episode. So if you stick around, you'll learn how one lucky viewer can win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. All right, let's take a flip through of this paper pack collection. You're getting, let's see, 27 papers, 9 double-sided heavyweight cardstock sheets, 3 of each designs. There's a Scan Me QR code right here. If you take your smartphone and you scan that with your camera setting, you got to make sure that the QR setting is on. It'll take you to 49 Market's website, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, there's all kinds of great ideas there on how to use the product too. So love that. All right, let's take a look. So utilizing this inside front cover with the cute little, it's kind of a beige gingham, I'd say. And then we're getting 3 each of these. How adorable. The toadstools had me, like, sold. I love it. I love the toadstools. And there's strawberries. Adorable. And then the red and white polka dots. It's just so cute, so sweet. And the little red flowers. And so cute. I love it. And then on the back side of this, sort of like a ledger paper with some polka dots right here, a canceled stamp. I love that with the little stitches on it. Beautiful. It's sort of a pink and ivory color scheme. And then on this one, also with the pink and ivory color scheme, you've got some more gingham here, some polka dots, some stitching. I love the little tree stumps there with the strawberries growing over it. And then you've got this like swag here of the different flowers with the strawberries in it. And then on the back side is sort of a peachy gingham. And then this one, get all 3 here, Lene, come on. There we go. This one, green with the gingham, with the polka dots, sort of some dripping paint, very distressed, very sweet. And on this side, we've got some of the polka dots, some of the gingham, sort of that paint look right there. And then this one, green with sort of peachy gingham right here. We've got the flowers, and then there's sort of this peachy tan paint right here. Look at the little bumblebee. And more flowers on a picket fence post. On the back, love this. All the little stitching between all the little quilt blocks. And then here we go with the adorable little teapots, water jug on those little stumps, more strawberries. Look at the little vignette up here with the gingham, the stitches, and all the flowers and the strawberries. I love how they're working the strawberries into the florals. It's just adorable. On the back side, we've got a grid, but then down here, just a little collection of the strawberries and stitching. And then we've got that grid again. We've got the polka dots, the flowers, the gingham. There's just all these, like, anywhere you're going to use it to place it on your card, you're going to have adorableness. And then look at this with the polka dot background and then the strawberries and the flowers. Absolutely gorgeous. This is more kind of a peachy pink background with the flowers on it. All right, and then, oops. All right, so this one has got grays, greens, yellows, text, little hidden pieces here going off the edge of the paper, and then a gray polka dot on the back. More of this adorable gingham. This one's kind of a peachy orange gingham with the stitches on it. There's polka dots here. There's a bee. Love the bees. And then on this side, you've got your gingham with the paint, the text. And then finally, this is the last one. We've got the ledger, the gingham, the polka dots here, and then that sort of off the edge look that they're so famous for. I love that 49 Market gives you all this decoration around it, and then leaves room right there for your focals. Leaves room for you to build your little collage of focals. And then on the back side, just got some little rectangles that you could cut down to use like as your little mat to go right here. Really, really sweet. All right, let's also take a look at their laser cut sheets. Okay, you're getting 4 sheets, 99 pieces. And this is just the most adorable little woodsy. You've got the little cart of strawberries. You've got the stump with strawberries, a couple of sizes of stumps. You've got large, medium, and small. You've got this cute little stand here of like selling, I think like lemonade or something. You've got some little words. You've got frogs. You've got birds, toadstools, bees. Look at the banners here, adorable. The wagon wheel, just some rocks with adorable little like things growing on it. And then you've got this piece here with like lights and then cans of strawberries with little bugs in them, a smaller kite, another one of these, wagon wheel. Here's a pitchfork, a bird's nest, a little trunk, a little bucket. So cute. On the inside front cover, like some borders here and these little wooden frames and the hearts. And then this one, we've got some big wreaths going on here. Picket fences. Here's another one of those little stands, like little, I don't know, farm stand. Balloons, these balloons are great. Look at these. The balloons are mixed with strawberry balloons. That's adorable. Stacks of books, little fox, little snails, keys. It's so adorable. All right, more adorableness coming. And you guys, as always, these things just punch out so beautifully, no white edges. This punches out as well. The laser cut is so accurate on these. 49 Market does a brilliant job of their laser cuts. I want to know, like, tell me in the comments, when you guys are working with the 49 Market sheets like this, do you go ahead and evacuate all of these out and then put them in a little container and keep them, or do you use the sheets and punch them out as you need them? I'm interested to know. All right, so finally, we've got the transfer sheets. So you get 3 sheets of rub-ons. Okay, so the beautiful, you've got text, you've got bees, you've got the flowers with strawberries, you've got the little bits of like broken gingham and polka dots, the grid, just beautiful. And they just transfer so nicely. I'll be demonstrating these at the very end when we build a card together. Okay, and then you've got wood. Look at all that. And then this is more cutouts on the back cover. All right, we have everything. I think we do. Let's get to cards. All right, so let's talk about this one and then we'll do the giveaway idea. All right, so I pulled ahead of time. I thought ahead, you guys. This is the background paper that Debbie used. So this is a 6x6 card, and she literally just took the 6x8 paper and she glued it down like that to cover the card. All right, and then this part down here, the stitches and the strawberries, those are rub-ons. And then she took the wreath. Oh, and this is a rub-on as well, a little butterfly. She took the wreath, punched that out, and foam taped that with just little bits of foam tape all the way around. So let's talk about foam tape. So we've got our giant wheel of foam tape, 150 feet or 50 yards of foam tape, okay? It's a 1/2 inch wide. Debbie and I'd like to just cut off a strip of it and use our scissors just to cut it into little bits. But if you're traveling, if you don't like to do that, then these pre-cut squares, there's 100 on this one. You can see they're a little bit bigger. And then the 400 on this sheet where they're really tiny. Okay, so these are great to use with this kind of a project. So once she had the wreath down, then adding the toadstools, the larger ones and this medium one are glued. This one's foam taped. The basket is glued. The frog and the mouse are foam taped. This little bunting up here, this is foam taped over. This is actually like double foam taped because when you're taping something over something that's foam taped, you have to go a little bit higher. So that goes like that. The little bird is foam taped, and then this gingham ribbon collection is just too perfect for this collection. So adding a little green gingham bow is just adorable. All right, so let's talk about the giveaway. How this works is, because I can tell you this giveaway will be popular. So how this works is we are trying to promote our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. If you're watching us on our webisode page at paperwishes.com, if you just look down below the video, if you make the screen big, you'll see a little YouTube icon. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Paper Wishes webisode channel. And we ask that you first subscribe to YouTube if you haven't already. You'll need to sign up for that. Then subscribe to our Paper Wishes channel. Then leave a comment, okay? And then like it with thumbs up. So like, comment, and subscribe. And then at about a week, we'll reply, congratulations, YouTube username blank. Now the username that you leave with your comment, that's the one we'll be identifying you with. So if you don't know your username, you've had YouTube for a long time, you don't remember your username, just go back and read the comment you leave and then you'll know it. So hit the notification bell at the top right-hand corner because we do contests 3 times a week, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday video. So you can participate in each one. You're only going to win one of the contests. And then we'll pick somebody, we'll give them a congratulations, you've won, and tell them how to collect your card. So that would be really great to give this one away. All right, next. So cute. Look at this one, you guys. This is a 5x7 card. I didn't mention on the other one, after covering it with the paper, and on this particular card, Debbie used this one right here. Let's see. Yes, she did. She took this card, blank card, and she glued it right there. Okay, so you can see this and this. All right, and then she inked the edges of all of her cards with cocoa bean ink and a little applicator tool. Just gives it a little bit of shading, okay? It kind of goes with the distressing. So let's see. She did the rub-ons first. So this little gate back here, that's a rub-on. This little broken gingham, that's a rub-on. And then she took these balloons and glued those right here. The wagon wheel, that's glued. Foam taped the little shovel, foam taped the little teapot, foam taped this little kind of post coming off the side with lights and all the little canning jars on it. And then she added these adorable tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers. This is the primary collection, and yes, we know primary is red, yellow, blue, but we didn't want to stop there. We gave you brown and green and black just to add into that collection. So she used the red ones, and then we like to just use a little pokey tool just to lift these up, and I'll be demonstrating that as well. Oh, I just firmly poked myself. And adding happy birthday. Debbie and I like these because when you forget to leave room for your greeting, and I'm not saying that's what she did, okay, but I do this often. I forget to leave room for my greeting, and these are just the perfect tiny little sentiment. They're also cute to layer on the things that you have foam taped as well, so we'll be playing with those. Adorable card, Debbie. Love that. All right, so this one, you guys, is a Slimline card. This is 8.5 by 3.5 inches, and she used a couple of different papers. This beautiful floral was on this side because it's 6 inches wide this way, and then she used the gray polka dot and just went like that much at the end, okay? So cute. Then she used that strip of, let me see if I can find it. Yes, this strip right here that is on the cover of the laser cuts. She just tore that out and then glued it straight across here. And then these are rub-ons right here. The stitches, those are rub-ons. And then she glued the little stump right here. She glued the fox. She glued the little wagon. And then the mouse she glued. And then foam taped the rock. Glued the little snail. Glued this little greeting. And then these are cutouts as well, right here from the cover. And she glued those, and then this little jar of honey is foam taped. You can see just added another one of those little tiny words and phrases right there. That is so cute. Don't forget, ink the edges brown on that as well. All right, you guys, I have a little card we're gonna make together. All right, so I'm starting off with a 5 by 6.5 inch card. This started off like this, okay? And then I opened it up and I used my scoreboard and I scored it on the front flap 2.5 inches and on the back flap 2.5 inches, and then you fold this in, okay? And that gives you what we're gonna be making, a gatefold, okay? So it opens like this. Now the back of this needs to be covered with something because otherwise it's gonna go like that. And sometimes you want that look, depending on what you're putting on inside, but I am gonna put this piece that I cut down just a little bit smaller than the 5 inches so it wouldn't interfere with my folds. And we're gonna go ahead and glue that in. Let's see. I wanna make sure my text is, do any of you worry about the text print on the background being the right side up or the wrong side? It shouldn't bother me, not one little bit, but I try to get it the right direction. Okay, that's all we need there. Put that in. And then of course I did ink the edges of this with the cocoa bean in the blender before I glued this in. Okay, it's gonna go just like that. So I think I'm gonna start with the inside because I'm gonna do a rub-on and I don't wanna have the flaps in the way with all the stuff on it. So let's just start with this rub-on piece. Okay, here we have what I'm calling the broken, either the gingham or the broken polka dots in this particular case. Now sometimes you get the little craft stick, popsicle stick included with rub-ons. In this particular case, they did not, so that's okay. We're just gonna set this right there. And then what's great with rub-ons is you just take this little, I'm using a bone folder, and you're just gonna go over all of the little colored pieces firmly, okay? Ooh, I did not mean to go over that butterfly yet. That's okay. Casualty is the butterfly. All right, so I went over the whole thing, and then what I do is I start at the top, and then I'm just peeling back, and I missed a couple little pieces right up here. So you just put it back. The thing I don't do is I don't just peel it all off quickly like a Band-Aid. You have to just very slowly peel this off. And if there's anything that is coming back up, like this one right here, didn't get those little splatters, just go back over it like that. And as you pull up, you're just going back over those. And then it's easy to just lay it back down again. You're not trying to match anything up. Oh, I forgot about those polka dots at the bottom. There we go. All right, so that is our first little layer. And then I've got this little sort of a gate kind of situation. We're gonna put that right there. I'm gonna make sure the butterfly is, you're able to see that. And then this little cluster of flowers is so cute. And then I would definitely encourage you using the tiny bottles or the glue press. Glue gun is really nice to use with this collection or any collection where you're doing laser cuts. And I just like to put a little dot of glue on anything that's sort of doesn't have an anchor to it. Just like that. That's going to keep it from breaking off. The middle part is your sort of the least of your worries. That's not going to come off if you have glue around the outside edge. And then I'm just going to overlap those two pieces. Okay, still have room for writing right here. And you could also put something here. You could tear some paper. In fact, let's tear some paper. Okay, so we have these two pieces right here. That. I like to have a nice chunky tear. that. Too chunky. And then we're just going to put a little bit of ink on this edge, glue these down, just this torn edge. And I think just having a little ink on it just makes that tear a little more obvious. Okay, and now we're just going to put some glue on the edge. Oops, except my glue is wanting to be clogged here. Put the little needle back in. Go. All right, I had a little glue problem. I went ahead and glued this side down. So I'm just continuing here, and then I'm going to put some glue on this side. I'm just going to go close to the edge like that. And like that. And now I'm just going to turn these over. And we're just going to trim this excess off. There we go. So there's our inside. Okay, so let's go to the front. This is one of those little pieces I was showing you at the very back here, and I just took the green one, I cut it down a little bit, and then inked the edges with khaki ink, and we're actually just going to foam tape that to just the left side of the card. All right, let's grab some foam tape. Big chunk of foam tape. I like to put it right up next to the edge first, because then I don't have to worry about putting it here and then being over too far. And now we're going to do a smaller chunk, about the same, it's really close, right there. And then now I can center it on my card and not have to worry about this line right here, okay? So let's go ahead and attach this adorable little fruit stand, lemonade stand. Just going to be using a little bit of glue here. And I want to get it right down towards the bottom edge. All sort of wonky, so you want it to be a little bit straight. And then we've got this adorable piece right here. This is just a little, like, I keep thinking this is a bucket. Why can't I remember the name bucket? There we go. And then some books. Some foam tape on this one already. Boy, that fingernail that I had to file down yesterday because it split is just still causing me problems. All right, and then we've got, oh, this is so cute with this little teapot. Once again, we're just gonna make sure we get all the little pieces at the top that could break off. And that handle, oops, missed one. And that's just gonna go right there. So cute. And then, you know, inside this little barrel, we've got to put some of our little mushrooms growing out of there because it's just too cute. And then I have this larger toadstool. You guys call them toadstool or mushrooms? I'm pretty indifferent about the name. They're adorable. I'm a sucker for a red-capped toadstool. All right, now I've got a day to remember. I'm gonna glue that and put that kind of to me this feels like little posts at the top, kind of like for a little sign. I don't know, we're gonna make it one. And then we've got these little jars or little honey jars, canning jars. And we're going to put one right here. And then one right here. And then I have a little bow. I just like adding in a little bit of this color of gingham. And that's just going to kind of go right off here to the side. Just like that. And then we have got to add, I've got these script greeting dazzle stickers in red that I thought would be so pretty. There's 3 sheets and all the sheets are different. So there's all kinds of occasions. And then I've also got these little tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers from that collection. And I thought how cute to just add the word friend on here. Right across that little teapot. Just to personalize that. It's also kind of hidden on there a little bit, which is fun for your friend when you're giving them a card. Like that. So cute. And then there's little hearts and things on this, and we can just add a little, oops, my heart stuck to my finger. Can add them like this. And let's see if I can find one more. There we go. That's charming. Okay. So now we've got our little cute little scene that was so fun to put together. It's like paper dolls. And then we're going to go on the inside here. And then I thought to add we'll just add with love with our script greeting dazzle stickers, which I added crooked, so it's okay. What I love about dazzle stickers is that as long as you're not burnishing them down, you can still manipulate them and move them around. And I love using a pokey tool for that. And now they're permanent. Okay, so you could absolutely add something else right here. I forgot to put something in my little stash, so there we go. Fun little card to put together, and it doesn't take long. All right, you guys. So we have a great money saver on this collection. I can tell right away it's not going to last long because I'm going to buy one. This is a fantastic collection. It's so sweet for summer, for year-round really, but how fun to sit and play with this on a hot summer day. I think it'd be great just to sit inside when it's too hot to go out and make cards. So the money saver is right there on the right-hand side. All of the items are listed down below the video, along with full color pictures of the cards. And if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes YouTube channel, just look below the video in the description box, and you'll see a link that'll take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.